podcast. The regular season is just around the corner. In less than 24 hours, the Braves will be playing the first game against the Reds. Should be a lot of fun. Good season. So Nitin, want us to get us started?
Yeah, let's do it. Today we'll be covering our Braves predictions, MLB predictions, and just things along those lines. We've put together a list of our Braves MVP, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, Home Run Leader, and more different categories. So we're gonna go over those right now. Palmer, you wanna go start ahead with your list?
All right, you want me to just read off my whole list, or you want
Yeah.
to go like I say my MVP, then you say yours, and we discuss?
Let's do MVP comparison. Let's do it the second way.
All right, so I know we got different people. I got Austin Riley, young, thick, looked great today in his Mizuno photo shoot.
Yeah, if
Who
you
do
guys
you
didn't
have?
know, Austin Riley actually had a Mizuno photo shoot today when we were at school. So we just missed him, but it was cool. Pretty cool.
Yep. All right, who's your MVP?
I have Matt Olson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Um, I kind of like Riley because I think he'll have a good average and he'll have RBIs. He'll just be very well rounded. I think why I strayed away from Olsen is you never know if like a new guy in a new city can have like a bad year, like Lindor did last year, or Harper did his first year in Philly. And I still think I don't know. I just like the well roundedness of Riley and having hopefully a 300 average.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well roundedness is great to have. But I think a lot of what we saw this year is you have to have a big name to be able to get in those MVP talks. I mean, Riley had a huge season. He wasn't really in talks. I mean,
Yes, he was in those talks more than Olsen was.
no, I definitely agree with that. But Olsen was also in the Vlad and Shohei MVP talks. So I mean, Austin Riley was not even a finalist for the MVP.
He was fifth or eighth. I don't know. I'll
Yeah,
look.
but I think he definitely should have been higher up there. But I think Matt Olson's got a bigger name. He'll definitely get some more votes from the writers. But I like Matt Olson. I think he has high upside with the home runs. He'll rack
Yep.
up some RBIs. I mean, average is always something you don't really know with him. But I think I could see him going maybe top. I think he could hover maybe 300. In spring training, he batted around 344. He's probably more of a two.
Spring training,
Yeah.
keyword there.
Wait for it,
Spring
man.
training.
He'll most realistically he'll probably hover around 275 ish, 280 in that range. But I mean I like him. I think he should come in, make a splash, win the Braves fans hearts over. It'll be pretty cool. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cy Young. I have Max Fried. I think he's about to, he shouldn't have any inning limits. He may have had some of those last year coming off the shortened season. This year, he should be ready, be our workhorse, hopefully get up to like 200 innings, and he should just dominate.
Yep. Totally agree. Max Fried, Cy Young. He's our dude. He's starting opening day for a reason. So I mean, he is the. I mean, I think last year he did good. We saw a couple of his 9 innings, complete games. So I think he
Maddox.
just needs to get to that next step where he has a lower ERA and and pitch more innings, and he'll definitely get in the talks for Cy Young.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, rookie of the year, I have Spencer Strider. Now, the reason why I have Spencer Strider, actually, you know what? I'm going to change mine. I had Spencer Strider. We're going to William Contreras. I'm having him also later being mentioned.
Wait, is he a
I
rookie
think
this year? Is he considered a rookie?
I think he is. I'll look. If not, I got Spencer Strider. Who do you have?
All right, I'll start with mine. I couldn't decide. I between Spencer Strider and Bryce Elder. I like Bryce Elder this spring. Good guy. Hopefully he'll make the roster as maybe like a bullpen guy. Strider, I mean, I know he throws gas and everything, but he's really a two pitch guy. He's a fastball, slider, curveball kind of guy. So I think maybe if he like grows into like gains like a third pitch, he'll be our rookie of the year. But right now, I like Elder a little bit more. And I mean, both of them, whoever gets more innings in the majors, I think will be our rookie of the year this year because we don't have that many rookies coming up.
Yeah, we don't. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out if Contreras is a rookie.
I
I
don't
thought
think
he
so.
was,
I think he
but like
played. Did he play enough games though this season? I think he did.
he's played 56 games in his career. Um,
That's a
I
lot.
can't, I can't find his service time. Oh no, that isn't it. Yeah, I can't find his service time.
Hmm.
But if not, Strider, same thing, throws
Yeah.
gas. He should be, you know, I don't think Elder's making it.
Hmm.
Obviously, I wish Elder would make the opening day roster, and I think that is one of the main reasons why I like Strider. But of course, we'll see.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Home run leader. I think we both agreed on Olson.
Yep. Him with the chop house. It's gonna be
Yep.
beautiful. Last year was in a very pitcher friendly park in the Coliseum. Now moving to a park that favors left handed batters with that chop house. And yeah, self
Yeah.
explanatory.
All right. Hits.
Oh, I have all right. Um Now my hit leader, I'm going with Austin Riley. Think he's gonna lead the league in average. And yeah, I meant lead the team in average, be MVP. Yeah. Simple
Yeah.
enough.
Hits. I think go either Olson or Riley. I think I'm leaning a little bit towards Riley at the moment just because of his high average. But I think it go either way. Matt Olson will probably hit around 150 to 170 hits, somewhere in that range.
Hmm.
And I think, yeah, I think Riley will be somewhere in the 165 to like 190 range, anywhere in between there. So they're both going to rack up over 150 hits pretty easily, I think. But it should be interesting to see who racks up more. But it'll be kind of like a shootout, I think, for first place.
Yeah, potentially. Um, Alrighty. RBIs. I got Riley again. Guess what? I think Riley, you'll see I have him later on one of the MLB awards. I think Riley's just gonna go off. He's gonna be even more comfortable. I mean, I think he can be the Freddie Freeman of the future.
Yeah. RBIs, I have Duvall. He was third or fourth in the NL this year for RBIs. I don't think he'll be able to
Yep.
probably do that again. But
Hmm.
if he puts up the type of numbers we saw last year, then I think he'll probably lead the Braves team in RBIs. He's not going to hit for average. I think we saw that last year. He'll hit probably between
Yep.
220 and 240, 250 maybe max. But he had what 38 bombs,
Yep.
and he was shifting between two teams. So a little maybe in a full season with one team, he might be able to have a maybe touch 40, but
Maybe.
we'll see. He had a decent spring, so it'll see. It'll be cool to see what he does.
Yep. Alrighty. Next, moving on, we have um steals. So I have Acuna here. I think even though he might not run as much as he used to, I just don't really see anyone else on this team that's going to be a threat to steal a lot of bags.
Yeah, I was debating between him and Ozzy just for that very reason you just stated. His ACL, I don't know if they're going to let him steal as much, but I think just for that fact, they're going to let Ozzy have a little bit more freedom on the base pads. So I think Ozzy will take home the steals for the season, but Ronald could definitely beat him.
Alrighty. Now next I have pitcher wins. I got Charlie Morton taking this. Now I know even though I have Fried as Cy Young, I think you know more Fried might go a lot of seven, one earned runs. But, more than all he has to do is go 5 3 earned runs and he should get the win. And I just think he'll just be more consistent, because you never know when Free can have those blow ups or if he gets injured. And he's just a young guy, and I just trust Morton, just a veteran. He'll just get those wins.
Yep, I totally agree. He and Max tied last year with 14 wins, but I definitely think Charlie will surpass that this year, and I think he'll be closer to 20 wins kind of guy.
Yeah, for sure. Next, we got strikeouts. I got Max Fried, pretty self explanatory. Throws gas, has a nasty curveball, good pitcher.
Yep, I got
Simple as that.
Charlie Morton on this one because
Ooh.
I think as we've seen, Max is more of becoming more of a contact pitcher, which is good to see because he's getting outs, less stressful situations, low pitch count. That's how we saw a lot of Maddox's last season. So I think Charlie will get this, but I mean, it could go either way. I mean, this is Charlie and Max. They're both great pitchers, so they could
Yep.
both easily take our wins and strikeouts award. But I think I'm gonna have to give it to Charlie.
Alrighty. Moving on, we have saves. Now I have Jansen, pretty self-explanatory. He's the
Yep,
closer,
totally agree.
and Snicker likes to stay with who his closer is. He's not, going to go closer by committee. Even when Will Smith was struggling last year, he still put him out there. So
Every
yeah,
single night.
time. Alrighty, moving on to breakout. I got William Contreras here. I don't think there's a lot of guys on the team haven't really broken out yet. And I think Contreras, he had a good spring. Snicker seems to like him, even like playing him at third and in the outfield, just try to get his bat in the lineup. He can hit for power, and he's just a. I think he'll be a really good offensive player, especially not having to deal with like the stress of like trying to catch the game as well, just having to focus on his bat. I think that could be really helpful.
Yeah, I think Contreras is a solid backup catcher option. I mean, I saw that too, where he's trying to get him in like a second base, third base. I mean, I think yeah, sure, like if it's a day off for like a Ozzy or Austin, but like I don't see him as an everyday third baseman. I mean, come on. But for my breakout player, I have Kyle Wright. He yeah. So I mean, we've seen him have some like these like moments of like absolute insanity where he's just crazy. In the
Hmm.
spring, he was shut out, just amazing, great spring, and he
Yep.
was good last year in the World Series as well. So I see him as our fourth arm in the rotation, debatably fourth or
Hmm.
fifth, whoever you want to put, or Wright. But I see Wright as a better guy here, and I expect him to
For
break
sure.
out this season.
Yep. And then we have our last Braves award. Now, this is focusing on the farm system. It's like our breakout prospect. So he cannot be in the Braves top 10 to start the season. So, you couldn't just choose a Bryce Elder or something. So I went Jesse Franklin. He's outfielder from Michigan, was in the 2020 draft. Um, he played really well in Double A last year. He was tied for the league lead in homers and was a steal away from 2020. Plays good enough outfielding and even be, play center field in a pinch. And yeah,
Yep, totally agree. Jesse Franklin the fifth, great dude. I mean, I think I could see him. He'll probably be our AAA starting outfielder. I think Michael Harris is playing center field for them, right, at this moment.
double A.
So double A, they're both in double A right now.
They're both in double A. Yeah,
Yeah, so I could definitely see both of them moving up to AAA this season.
for sure.
And depending on our outfield situation, they could definitely come up and be our everyday outfielders alongside
Not this year, I don't think. Um,
with Acuna in the future.
can you hear me? I feel like I just broke up a
Yep.
lot. All right, cool.
No, you're good. You're good.
We're done with Braves. Obviously, I think we both expect Braves to have, a great year, continue their, get 5 straight NL East championships. Um, and yeah. Moving on now to MLB predictions. I think so we're just gonna start at MVP. I have Bo Bichette, right? You could have gone with, a Vlad Guerrero, a Shohei, but that's just boring. I think Bo Bichette, if you look at his like StatCast, everything looks great. He plays shortstop, which, is a very just like respected player position and hard to play. And I just think he'll win MVP.
Oh well, according to you, I'm a boring guy, so I'm picking Vladdy Daddy. Vlad had a great season this year, and any other year he would be MVP except if Shohei wasn't there. So I
For sure.
mean, I definitely don't think Shohei can do what he did again. I think he has to improve his pitching, and yeah, I don't think he can replicate his 48 or 49 whatever home runs. So I think Vlad will come away with this. But I mean, I see he's been putting a lot of work out in the gym, losing some weight, and it'll be fun to see what he can do.
Yep. Moving on, NL MVP. I got Austin Riley. Again, he's gonna have a great year. Simple enough. Great player. Love him.
I
Young
got
Phil.
Matt Olson. Let's keep it rolling. New guy, new city. Well, old city, but let's run it, bro. NL
All
MVP,
right.
Matt Olson.
Um, AL Cy Young. Again, didn't want to go boring. Didn't want to go for Shane Bieber or Garrett
Bro,
Cole.
you're just calling me out at this point.
No,
Come on.
I haven't even seen yours. I got Nathan Eovaldi. He had a breakout year last year for the Red Sox. Pitched well in the playoffs, I think. Yeah, he did. And um, I think he'll be really good playing at Fenway. Not a horrible pitcher stadium. And I think he is Cy Young.
Well, I'm boring according to you. So I'm Shane Bieber. He's a great guy. I mean, as long as he can stay healthy throughout the entire season,
Yep.
he'll be the Cy Young. I mean, we've seen he always starts out the season really, really well, always a favorite, and then just kind of just gets an injury here, injury there, and he just falls off the rails for the season. So if he can stay healthy, he's my AL Cy Young for 2022.
All right. AL. I meant NL Cy Young. Again, not going with anyone boring. No Corbin Burns,
Yep, yep,
Walker
yep, yep.
Bueller. I
Yep.
got
Nope.
Sandy Alcantara of the Miami Marlins. He throws gas. He pitches late into games. He's a really good pitcher, and I think he'll finally get the national attention he deserves this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Sandy Alcantara is a great guy. I think he's getting um, a lot more media coverage, especially with the big, good dark horse pick. I have Trevor Bauer.
Bull, horrible.
Want to have some fun with this pick, all right? Yeah. So if he
With
comes back,
someone who isn't going to be on the roster opening day.
hey. Trevor Bauer will. I think if Trevor Bauer comes back, he's my Cy Young. YouTube videos are awesome. Blogs are awesome. Awesome. They put in a lot of work. So I mean, if he comes in, throws gas, gets his strikeouts, puts up a good ERA, Trevor Bauer's my NL Cy Young.
Yeah, I hate that take. That is like the worst take you've had.
It's a pretty bad take, but I want to have
It's
some fun.
really bad. That's not even having fun. That's choosing. That's just being dumb. Like at least
Thanks.
I don't know. All right, moving on. We have AL Rookie of the Year. I got Shane Baz, starting pitcher, Tampa Bay Rays. The reason why I'm not going for a Torkelson or a Rodriguez or a Witt is because I just think those guys can struggle, just like what happened with Kelnick when he came up last year. And I like that Baz was able to get some seasoning last year, pitch in the playoffs. I just think he'll be up opening day. He'll be starting for a Rays team that of course, every year they surprise people, and I think they're gonna do the same thing this year. So
Yeah,
yeah.
so again, I'm a boring guy in your book, but I'm going between Bobby Witt, or I was kind of going between Bobby Witt Jr. and Spencer Torkelson. Um,
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with Bobby Witt. I like him. Good, pretty good player. We've seen a lot of
Yep.
comparisons to his swing with Mike Trout, but it'd be cool to see how he kind of separates from the other players in his draft class to kind of become a great stable player for the Kansas City Royals,
Yep.
who have a good farm system, uh, an all right farm system,
They have a
and
good farm system,
yeah,
but
yeah,
some of the pitchers have already gotten called up.
yeah. So it'll be fun to see the future of the Royals, especially surrounded with a star player like Bobby Witt Jr.
Yep. And moving on to NL Rookie of the Year. Now I did kind of go for the boring pick here. I went with Seiya Suzuki. I mean, he's played in professional baseball for the past 7 years. Now, obviously, you see the Japanese players that struggle, just like Shogo Akiyama, and there's been plenty over Yusei Kikuchi. Yoshi, the guy for the Pirates who was on the Rays, Yoshi, whatever. Um, and I still think Seiya playing in Chicago, he'll get media attention, which I think is one of the things you need to win Rookie of the Year. And yeah,
Yeah, I went with Seiya Suzuki as well. Kind of a fun pick, and it'll especially with all the media attention Shohei's been getting. I think Seiya will get a lot of media attention,
yep,
and Rookie of the Year is really just a popularity vote at this point. I mean, you have to play well, but it is pretty much just a popularity contest, and I think he'll
for sure.
definitely win that.
Hmm. Moving on, we have the home run king, um, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Um, Again, he hits for power. He's great, great player. That's all I have
Yep,
to
totally
say.
agree. Vladdy been putting taking off all that weight, been hitting some tanks. So yeah, let's run it back, Vladdy Daddy.
Woo! All right, now we got stolen bases. I got Alberto Mondesi of the Kansas City Royals. He has been really, he's fast. He's a really good player. He's just been having some injury stuff, and I think he's led the league in stolen bases a couple years before. And I think this year he's gonna win it. Yeah,
I got the reigning stolen base champion, Starling Marte. I think if I mean he won last year, didn't play the entirety of the full
he's like
season,
31. He's old, and he's gonna be on the
and
Mets. He's gonna be on the
so he'll
Mets.
still steal bases. I mean, against JT Realmuto, it'll be a little harder for him, but I think he'll be able to steal some bags, and I think he'll win. I think it's between him and Trey Turner, but I mean,
Uh-huh.
Alberto Mondesi is pretty fast, so I could think it could go anywhere. But I like Starling Marte.
Next, we have the hit leader. I'm going with Wander Franco. Came up last year, did great. Hits for good contact and 80 hit tool. Um, yeah,
I like Trey Turner. Racks up hits for average. I think he could hit 350 this year. Um, I like Wander Franco, but I'm not as big on him as everyone else is. I know he's a good guy, was number one prospect and everything, but I mean, I don't like overhyped guys too much. So I mean, I think that
not he proved himself unlike other people.
Yeah, but I already hear people saying he's a number 6 shortstop in the league. Like, bro, wait a couple
He's top
years. He's
10.
good. He's good, but like just hold a little bit. That's all. But yeah, I like Trey Turner. Hits for average. Will turn singles into doubles. Gets all those infield hits. So I like Trey Turner for the hits leader.
Also, turning singles into doubles does not help you in leading the league in hits, just so you
I'm
know
just
that.
saying. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
good. Alrighty. Next, we have RBIs. I got Austin Riley. He's winning MVP, right? It's gonna get a lot of RBIs. Simple enough.
I got Rafael Devers. I don't know. I like Rafa Big Scoops. I think with the Red Sox, I think he'll get a little bit more attention. Pretty underrated guy. So I think, I mean, he's up there, but I think he'll has some opportunities this year to really show out, and I
Hmm.
think he'll be the RBI leader for the 2022 season.
Next, we have saves. I got Jansen,
Yep,
right?
same here, same here. Yep,
Snicker Snicker puts the darn guy out every time we have a lead that's not like over 4 runs. Every time it's 3 or less, which is exactly what you need for a save, Snicker will throw you out there. He doesn't care, which I kind of like, but also it can get sketchy if you're not pitching well. You agree with me? Pretty
yep,
simple.
totally agree. Kenley Jansen will lead the league in saves. He led the league. He was up there last year. Will Smith was up there last year, even with all the blown saves he had. So I think with Snicker's mentality, Kenley Jansen should pretty easily, I think, win saves.
Yeah, especially because we're gonna win games. Like last
Yeah,
year, who led it? Mark Melanson led it, and he was really
yeah,
good in the first half when the Padres were good, and then when the Padres fell off, he like
yeah.
almost like lost it, and now he's in Arizona where they're not gonna win enough games. And
Yep,
yeah.
totally agree.
So next, we're moving on to all of our divisional winners. We're obviously gonna start with the AL. I think we
I
have pretty
think,
similar,
yeah, on these picks, yeah,
but
we're pretty similar.
I changed some of mine so they're not similar, like the ones that were kind of close to my head, just so we wouldn't be boring.
Yep.
Um, AL East, I got the Blue Jays. Simple enough. They can have the MVP winner as well as the RBI leader or the home run leader. Sorry. Great team, good pitcher. I mean, their fives Yusei Kikuchi, which he wasn't great after sticky stuff, but still, I mean, Alec Manoah as your four. I love that man. He's gonna be great this year.
Yeah, totally agree. Blue Jays are one of the favorites to win the World Series. But yeah, I like them winning the AL East. It'll be some competition in there. I think there'll be a lot of
For sure.
85 to 90 win teams in that division. But I think the Blue Jays will come out on top.
Yep. Next I have kind of a shocker. I got the Minnesota Twins. All right. I think if Byron Buxton stays for a full season, him and Carlos Correa can be MVP candidates, as well as the rest of the lineup's good with Luis Ariz, Max Kepler, Miguel Sano. Um, and then their pitching staff, I really like this year. Joe Ryan, who I'm super high on. I know you know my friends know that I talk way too much about him. I always had him winning Rookie of the Year, as well as Sonny Gray. I've heard they're about to get Chris Paddock tonight. That's the rumor. Um, plus great other starters, and yeah, I got them upsetting the White Sox.
I have the White Sox. I like the White Sox. The thing with the Twins is if they kept Josh Donaldson, I think I would have them win the division. But
But
I like Josh Donaldson. I don't know why.
if
But
they
I
kept
think,
Josh Donaldson, they wouldn't have been able to get Correa. That's how they freed up all that money. So
yeah, you're probably right. But I mean, I like them, but I think they need to prove it. I mean, Buxton needs to stay healthy. If he stays healthy, yeah, they might win the division. It'll be interesting. But I think the White Sox, with everything we've seen with the history of the Twins, I think the White Sox should win the division pretty easily.
And to be completely honest, I had the White Sox winning until Nitton picked them, and I wanted to change my pick. So yeah. Um, moving on, we got the AL West. Pretty sure we have the same people here. Um, I got the Mariners. They almost made it to the playoffs last year. Won 90 games. I know like a lot of East Coast people may not have known that. Just I mean the Braves only won 88. And then they went out, got Winker. They got Suarez, who I think will bounce back in a big way. They got guys like Novelli Marte, who could potentially get called up, as well as Julio Rodriguez, who will be starting the year there, as well as Jared Kelenic could bounce back. And they signed Robbie Ray. So there's going to be a really good team this year, fun to watch, even though, the games will be starting late for East Coast people,
Yep, they were a 90-win team and they got better. That's hard to say, and they got better by a large factor. So
for
it's
sure.
hard to say for a lot of teams. So I think the Mariners are gonna be a fun team to watch. They're a lot of energy, a lot of young guys. So the Astros, I think, would be a close second. I think it'll be a
Of
pretty.
course.
The fact that they lost Correa is gonna hurt, but they still have a lot of great players on that team. But
Hmm.
I think the Mariners will edge them out for first place in the AL West.
All right. Now, my number one AL wild card, just talking about them, the Astros. Great team. Their outfield, I mean, they were in the World Series last year, and they lost Carlos Correa, but I think Jeremy Pena will have a really good year and will surprise a
Yeah.
lot of people. He's just a well-rounded player, and he doesn't have to be Carlos Correa. They have a good enough a lineup where if he's a top 15 shortstop, they probably make a deep playoff run. They've been to the ALCS for the past 5 years, I want to say, maybe four. They're a good team. Dusty Baker's a good manager. Yeah, simple enough.
Yep, I totally agree. I got the Astros. Um, the Astros are good. The good ball club. They definitely lost some, but I think with the amount of young players that come up, Pena's a pretty good guy. Looked solid in the World Series. He had a couple of pinch hitting appearances, right? Played a little bit of the outfield,
No,
or was that a different guy? Is that
you're thinking of a completely different guy. I don't know who you're thinking of, but you're not thinking of Pena.
that dude's also Pena? I'm pretty sure.
Who knows? But not Jeremy. Alrighty, moving on. In the second wild card spot, because remember this year there are expanded playoffs, so we're gonna have 6 teams each lead, so 3 wild card and 3 division winners. The second wild card spot, I got the Tampa Bay Rays. Great team, surprise everyone every year. They're gonna be fun to watch. They're gonna have good pitching with McClanahan and Baz, as well as Franco and a Rosarena and Choi. They're gonna be a good ball club again.
Yep, I got the Yankees. I mean, I think I got the Yankees and the Rays for both of my other two wild card spots, both in the same division as the Blue Jays. So I think it's gonna be a very competitive division. They're all gonna be
Mhm.
upwards of 85 to 100 win teams. It's be very competitive. I think those two teams should pretty much take up the last two AL wildcard spots.
No, I don't agree with you because I have the White Sox there. Even though I know you had the White Sox winning their division, I have the White Sox third wild card. Simple enough, they're a good team. If Luis Robert stays healthy, he could be an MVP candidate, of course. And going back to you having the Yankees over the Red Sox, that like if I were to rank those two, I'd have the Red Sox over the Yankees. Got good pitching. They added Trevor Story. In my opinion, Yankees potentially may even have gotten worse because I don't really like Donaldson. He's injury prone. He's
Mhm.
35. I like Urshela better. And I just don't. The Red Sox improved tremendously, in my opinion, and I don't really think the Yankees improved enough to be competitive in that division. I see them finishing fourth in that AL East, even if they
Yep,
have
I could definitely
85
see that
wins.
happen. I think the Yankees, if they want to compete and get that wild card spot, they need to pick up a pitcher. I mean, other than
For
Garrett
sure.
Cole, it just falls off drastically. So if, I think they can get that wild card spot, but they definitely need to. They need
Hmm.
to all stay healthy and they need to get some pitchers.
Alrighty. Um, I have my AL champion who will be advancing to the World Series is the Blue Jays.
Yep,
Who
and
do
I
you
have the
have
White
there?
Sox. Yep.
Alrighty. For the NL East, I got the Atlanta Braves. Simple enough. I'm a Braves fan, which is
Yep.
probably
Braves.
plays a
Yep.
lot into my bias, but
Same
still,
here.
they're gonna
Yeah.
have a great team, good manager. They've been there, they've done it for the past 4 years, and they'll do it for a fifth.
Yep. Totally agree. Braves are the team to beat in the East, and let's make it 5 years in a row.
Yeah. Moving on to the NL Central, I got the Milwaukee Brewers here. They have such good pitching. It's kind of crazy, especially because I think Aaron Ashby will be, a really good pitcher. If you look at his stuff, it's nasty, and if you look at like his FIP compared to his ERA, there's a big difference. And they already have Burns, Woodruff, Peralta, Lauer, um, and there's gonna be a really good team this year.
Yep. I mean, I think it's gonna be. I kind of like this story. We have Albert Pujols returning to the Cardinals. Cardinals are gonna be a good team. They're still really good. One of the best defensive teams in the. If you say the best defensive team in the MLB. So I think the Cardinals and the Brewers will definitely have a some good matchups. But I think the Cardinals will end up winning the division.
Yeah, I had the Cardinals in the wild card. I'll explain that in a second. Moving on to the NL West, I have the Dodgers. Self-explanatory. Very
Yep.
good lineup. Not the best in MLB. Braves are better. Just to make that very clear. Freddie Freeman. I wish him the best of luck there. Kind of hate his agent. Um, and yeah, they're a good team.
Give me 1 minute, real quick.
Okay. Um, so
All right, I'm back.
that was
I
fast.
have the NL West, the Los Angeles Dodgers winning,
Okay.
but I asked my mom if I could throw this hat out. She said no, that's a waste of money.
I
So
got a Dodgers jersey. I'm just like a shirt. I got a Mookie Betts one. So
the Dodgers will win the NL West because they're the best team in the NL West at the moment. Not in the majors, obviously, because you have the Braves, but I think they'll end up losing in the playoffs to the Braves. Nice little
Of
revenge tour.
course.
But I,
Yep.
I think the Dodgers should NL West with their division with their lineup.
Moving on, number one wild card for me, I got the Giants. They were a surprise team last year. They led MLB in wins with 107. Now, I don't think they're going to do that again, but I think they got better this year. You know, other than they lost Gossman, which can hurt, but they added Alex Cobb and um, Matthew Boyd, and they're going to be in a great ball club again. Um, who do you have, Nin?
I have the Brewers. Like you said, you had the Brewers win the division. I
Yep.
have them going to the wild card. I mean, they're a good team. They have great pitching. They have enough offense to win games. So I think their pitching staff will maybe give up 2, 3, 4 runs, and their offense
Hmm.
can definitely put up enough to win games. So I think
For
they'll have
sure.
the first wild card spot.
All right. In the second wild card spot, I have who you have winning the NL Central. I got the Cardinals. Now, the reason why I'm not super high on the card, I mean, I guess I'm high on them. I have them in the playoffs. I get the pool thing. That'll be cool. I don't believe that Adam Wainwright can repeat his season, and I'm sorry to his brother Trey. We're okay friends. um, and I also think Jack Flaherty is going to be out for I don't know how long, and that's concerning to me because they put who I thought was going to be their closer this year, Jordan Hicks. He's going to be their number 5 starter, and he's never started a game in the MLB. Don't like that. I think he should be in their bullpen. He's a great closer, nasty, and he's just coming off Tommy John. I don't know why you'd put him in your rotation if he's never started a game before. And they got a new manager who's kind of inexperienced, so I don't know what that'll do. But yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts.
Oh yeah, I have the Giants. I mean, they were the underdog last year, surprise team, won a ton of games. I don't think they'll be able to replicate that again, especially with the
Of
Dodgers
course.
this year. But I think they'll still be a 85 plus win team, which will
Hmm.
definitely give them one of the wild card spots.
Yeah, and this kind of going back to the Dodgers. The Dodgers didn't get better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
Corey Seager and Freddie Freeman, they're pretty interchangeable.
yeah. I
They
definitely agree
potentially
with
even
that.
got worse. Kimbrel's worse than Jansen, and they lost Pollock. Um,
And they lost
s-
Scherzer.
and they lost Scherzer, and they signed a pitcher, didn't they? Oh no, if Bauer comes back,
If Bauer comes back, but if Bauer doesn't
if
come back,
big
they're
if, I think they're worse. They're getting overhyped because MLB is biased.
yeah,
It's like Freddie Freeman just appeared to MLB.
yeah.
It annoys me as a Braves
Like
fan.
he just randomly appeared in the top 10 in the MLB players. Like what? Ahead of Acuna? Like what? What? What?
Well, he was probably top 10 last year coming off his MVP year. But yeah,
Yeah, but
I
they
get what you're
didn't have
saying.
him top 10
I want to say MLB has probably made about 5 posts about him on their Instagram, and
within
there
like the
may have been
past what month? And
in the
when?
past month, and in the past 5 years there's probably been 5 on him
Yeah,
before that.
yeah,
So, very biased, and it's kind of
definitely.
annoying as a Braves fan. Moving
Yeah.
on to my third wild card spot. I have the San Diego Padres. I think people forget about how good they are after their failure fall off. Not failure, kind of a failure. And even though Tatis won't be there for the beginning, I think Housum Kim can really bounce back, as well as they added Sean Manaea and Clevenger will be coming back from injury. Now I don't like how Yu Darvish performed after the sticky stuff was gone. That kind of does scare me away. Um, but Blake Snell was really good in the last couple weeks, so I like that.
Yep. I mean, I think the Padres. I don't. I'm not. I don't really like Padres. They're a team that's I feel like a little bit overhyped. They're still really good. Don't get me wrong, but the
They're not
fact
hyped
they're
this year.
yeah. But I think it'll. I really don't like them. So the last wild card spot was pretty tricky for me because I didn't want to put the Padres in. But I think either the Phillies or the Mets could definitely, I think, take the spot. The Phillies were really close last year, just by a few games. So I mean,
Yeah,
it all depends because the Phillies' defense. I mean,
is horrible.
yeah, but I feel like their offense is still going to win them some games. So I
But
think
I
the
think,
Phillies.
um, sorry, I think the problem with the Phillies is I don't think Wheeler will repeat what he did last year, nor do I think Ranger Suarez. Ranger
Yeah,
Suarez, who had been in a reliever his entire career, came out and had a 1.5 ERA. He's not repeating that. I'm sorry. And I think Wheeler's not going to win Cy Young again. He was a great pitcher for the Mets, maybe just a bit above average, but he's not a Cy Young caliber pitcher.
yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. It could be the Phillies or the Mets. I think whichever team performs better will definitely. I
Uh-huh.
think they could take that wild card spot.
And if DeGrom's healthy, but he's not going to be there for like a couple of months. So, I mean, they're shutting Tyler McGill on opening day.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I mean, if they can get Scherzer and DeGrom together for a good stretch of the season, they'll be
Well,
good.
Scherzer's not injured. Scherzer's pitching game
Yeah,
too. They
I'm
just
saying
wanted to
for
keep him on his
together.
regular
If they
schedule.
can get like a 1-2 punch with them two for like a good 2, 3, 4 months, they'll win a lot of games.
Potentially. Um, moving on to the eye of the NL champion being the Braves. Simple
Yep,
enough.
same here. Pretty self-explanatory. We're a Braves
And
podcast.
then,
We're gonna pick the Braves.
of course, and then I have Braves over the Blue Jays in 5 in the World Series.
Yep, and I'm gonna stick with
Yep.
my prediction that we kept with when we had some other people on a couple
Yeah, mine's the
weeks
same
ago.
as well. Yeah,
Yep,
mine's the
Braves
same
over
as well.
White Sox in 6.
That's kind of the opposite of what Trevor Plouffe did. Trevor Plouffe today came out with White Sox over Braves in either 5 or 6.
The
Last year,
Braves weren't in it.
obviously.
The Braves weren't in it.
No, I thought it was Braves White Sox. I
No,
swear it's
it
Braves White
was
Sox.
no, it was here.
No.
It was Brewers over White Sox.
Oh. Okay. Never mind, Trevor Booth. Sorry, this year you're wrong. Okay. That's all I have to
Come on,
say.
Brewers, man.
They don't have the offense.
Yeah, they don't have the
Willie
offense.
Adames will not have the same season that he had last year. I'm sorry.
He fell
Um,
off in the playoffs in the wild card. He did nothing.
their whole team fell off in the playoffs.
Yeah, they scored like what 4 runs in the entire wild
Yeah,
card.
yeah. It was divisional, but yeah.
Yeah,
If you want to go to any Braves games this year, maybe opening day tomorrow, or even to see the ring ceremony or to get a ceremonial ring, use code Chop and Braves at checkout on SeatGeek for $20 off on your first purchase. Again, that is Chop and Braves. It really helps us a lot, and we can hopefully improve the quality of our streams and just everything thanks to y'all's great donations, as well as I believe on Anchor we have a donation link set up. Is that correct?
you can join our like private like premium group, and we'll have some special episodes on there. Maybe
Of
some
course.
cool little giveaways, things like that. So go on Anchor. The link will be in the description of this YouTube video. Also on the Chop and Braves Instagram. So
Yep.
head over there, click the link, and also don't forget to follow on there as well for your lineups, post game reports, highlights, videos
Mhm.
like that to stay up to date on all
As
Braves.
well as for all of your MLB news, go follow Inside the Majors on Instagram and Twitter. All MLB news, great graphics. It's we're doing well. We're improving, obviously, and yeah, have a great opening weekend, and we'll see you either on Friday or Monday to recap the series.
Yeah,
Probably Monday, but I don't
yeah,
know. I'm down for anything.
yeah. Monday, let's do.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. Remember,
Yep.
help us out. Use code Chop and Brave SeatGeek.
Yep.